Hi, everybody. Hi, Paco. It's Andy Kuhlman, Director of Esports for Incredible Technologies, here to bring you some action between two titans in the final week of qualifying. That is Mr. Bond, Travis Bond, hailing from Houston, Texas, the 5 seed. He will be taking on Nick Ravenko, Ol Fartbox, the 4 seed, hailing from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Ol Fartbox has been around the block in these challenges. He was a 2020 World Qualifier, placed top 6, maybe 5th at Worlds 2020. So he is a veteran of these courses. However, we're hopping on a slightly newer course. We're going on the back 9 of Cape Haven. So this might be a course that Fartbox, I would say, is probably a little less comfortable on. I know a lot of you guys have messaged me telling me how much you love playing Cape Haven in these matches, and here we have it yet again. Par 4, hole 10. Both players approaching very similar methods, using the wind cutter to get a nice lay on that green, not trying anything too crazy. Not the hardest pin to get aggressive against, but there's definitely a little bit of risk. You hit it far, you roll under the water. You hit it short, you could go into the water. So both players really just parking it kind of a little bit deep on the green. No great shot points. Kicking on into hole 2, starting things off with a sniper, 98%, taking a little bit something off it. 11 mile an hour winds as well, so not surprised to see the wind cutter for the second shot here. I would be a little bit more comfortable rocking the wind cutter. Both players getting about the same distance, so course management kind of ends up being the same. Ol Fartbox here with the sniper into 11 mile an hour winds and a great shot. Boom! Let me get them great shot points. 16,000 of them. Very solid. It's going to be setting the pace early on. I believe it was in week 2 of 21 qualifiers. Ol Fartbox holed out, I think, over it was 2 or 3 holes in a qualifier match. Just an insane performance out of him. Wind cutter lands a little bit short. I don't think it's going to be quite into GSP land, but a nice, solid, safe shot for Travis Bond. He's going to tap in for birdie. Ol Fartbox is going to do the same, and we're going to move on to hole 12. Both players tied. Ol Fartbox has the slight advantage in GSP, which is the deciding factor for any of these matches. Sure you guys aren't tired of hearing that, but remind you, just in case we have any fresh faces watching. Hitting the Maniacs here. 12 mile an hour winds too, so it's going to be a little bit tough to deal with. I'm expecting to see snipers or wind cutters out of the players here. Just really safely park it on that green, and with that, I'm totally wrong. Maniac's going to come in and just give great distance. Close to the pin. I don't think it's a great shot. Maybe. Nope. Just out of range. Here we go with the sniper. I would feel a little bit more comfortable with this shot. Just rip it up there. Make sure you park it on the green. Take your putt. There is something to be said for playing safe in these courses. We have seen many matches where, one stroke can make all the difference. And it happens time and time again. So both players not taking any super risks here. Barely clears the green there with the sniper, and we got Mr. Bond, Travis Bond, following up the same. Looks to be a little bit better line. Oh my goodness, the line was better, but the distance was worse. Huge pressure chip, absolutely drained. No pressure at all. Mr. Bond sinks it. We're gonna move on to the next hole with no significant developments. Ol Fartbox still holding a slight lead. We got a pin tucked kind of far back here, but lots of green to play with to attack it. And Ol Fartbox is very aggressive with that approach. I like it. Maybe trying to push the distance in GSPs a little bit, maybe feeling the pressure in the background. Travis Bond with a less power on his shot there. Just make sure you land it on the green. Don't risk running over and bleeding into that water. And it'd be absolutely disastrous in a match like this. After qualifying for weeks and weeks on end, you finally get to this point. Put yourself in the shoes of the player. It's scary to try to attack some of these pins, and yeah. So both players here taking pretty similar shots. Should have pretty easy approaches to the green here. Going with the wind cutter. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me? That was absolutely disgusting in the best way. Mr. Bond destroys this hole out. Look at this line. Phenomenal. Wow. That's gonna be tough to beat. Takes a decided advantage for himself at this point in time. Ol Fartbox, can he follow it? Oh my gosh. Inches away. Wow. Another 14,000 great shot points. That's going to put his running total up to 30,000. However, with that hole out, Mr. Bond does have the advantage at this point in time by 1 stroke. Ol Fartbox is going to take his birdie. Another fun hole where some crazy things can happen. Going out to the pier here is Mr. Bond. I expect Ol Fartbox to do the same. I feel like the 12-mile-an-hour wind kind of helps you here, just because you can kind of, you know that you can shoot safe just by, pointing to the north end of the dock and let that wind push you back in a little bit and keep it safe. Little bit rough shot shaping there as Ol Fartbox leaves himself a ranger putt or perhaps a chip. We'll have to see what he decides to do. Bond does the same thing, leaves it just a little bit long. Gonna go for the ranger putt. There it is. And a second ranger putt, dropping it in both of these guys. Shout out to Chad Shrimp, I know you love those. Going into hole 17, running out of holes for Fartbox to make up the distance. However, this is a very attackable pin. Oh my gosh, it hit the lip in front of the green and kicked deep into the water. Disastrous result for Travis Bond. He was trying to play that safe too and was absolutely punished for it. Oh, frustrating turn of events. And great shot there from Ol Fartbox. Barely keeps it on the green. Oh my goodness, this is a tough. This is tough to hole out. I'm not gonna say this is something you can easily chip in, especially with the way that green's shaped. Bond's just gonna park it about 8 feet, 10 feet from the hole and put it in, and we have drama. Ol Fartbox is now in the lead going into hole 18. Slightly stressful pin placement, but I think Fartbox is gonna play it safe, and he does indeed. Parks it right in the middle of the green. Nice, safe, easy putt. We're going to have to see Mr. Bond do something crazy here. With the Maniacs, the line looks right. I don't think it's going to be able to go in. Doesn't get the kick he quite needed. It's going to be short. No GSPs. And it looks like Ol Fartbox, Nick Ravenko, is going to be moving on to the next round. Congratulations to Ol Fartbox. We'll see you in the semifinals.